Here is question 2 in cost behavior and cost estimation technique. And this is an examination standard question. So the question states, Paul Limited has the following total cost information during the last 5 years. We have the year, output, total cost, and their respective average price index. So we have from year 1 to 5 and their information. So the question is, what will be the total cost in month 6 if output is 11,800 units? So you have to recreate another table for us to ascertain the adjusted costs. So for year 1, the output is 65,000. The total cost is 155,000. The price index is 100. This information here are from the question here. So for us to get the workings, this will be dash, and the adjusted cost will be 145,000. For year 2, for us to ascertain the adjusted cost, the work shall be 100 divided by 112 times 179,000. That is the previous price index divided by the current year price index times the total cost. That should be, when you use a calculator, that should be 159,821. Then for year 3, for us to get the adjusted cost for year 3, the previous year price average price index, which is, let me call this average price index. So that will be 100 divided by 123 times 209,000. For year 4, that will be 100 divided by 144 times 201,600. For year 5, that will be 100 divided by 160 times 248,000. So I use a calculator, should be able to get your answers here. So the next step is to apply the high and the low concept. We have the high and the low. So the high and the low concept will be based on our output and the adjusted cost. So this is my output column. Check, where is the highest output here? The highest output here is 19,000. And this 90,000, the adjusted cost is 170,000 naira. So we are not going to make use of this total cost, rather we are going to make use of the adjusted cost. The lowest output there is 60,000, of which the adjusted cost is 140,000. So you have to subtract the lower value from the higher value, or the lowest value from the highest value. So when you subtract, 60 minus 90 should be 30,000 units. Remember, this is a unit, and this minus that will be 30,000. This is a naira. This is the cost. So the next step is to calculate our variable cost, which is cost divided by output. So my cost here is 30,000 divided by my output is 30,000 units. So my variable cost shall be 1 naira. That is 30 divided by 30 is 1, that's 1 naira. So the next step is to compute the function, which is the cost estimation function, which is y equals to a plus bx. Remember in my first video, in question 1, I said this y stands for your total cost. The A represents your fixed cost, the B represents your variable cost, while the X represents your unit or your activity level. So using the cost function here, we have to ascertain the fixed cost, because from the question, from this computation, we can ascertain we know the variable cost already, and we can arrive at our X, that is our activity level or the unit. Like I said earlier, you can either use the lower or the highest information or the lowest information. Okay, let's take for instance, if I'm using the high information now. From the high information, we have the 90,000, which is the unit, and the cost is 170,000 naira. Now let us arrive at our fixed cost, which is A. So to arrive at the fixed cost via the high information, this high information here. So y equals to a plus bx. My y is the cost, which is 70,000 naira, more than 70,000 naira, equals to a plus the p here is the variable cost, which is 1 naira, which we've already remember I said b stands for your variable cost. That is 1 naira times then the x, which is the activity level or the output or the unit, is 90,000. So we have 170,000 equals to a plus 90,000 naira. 1 times 90,000 will be 90,000. So we have to make a the subject of the formula. So that will be a plus 90,000 naira equals to 170,000. So a equals to 170,000 minus 90,000. So my a shall be that'll be 80,000 naira. So this is using the high information. So I just want to let you know that either you make use of the high information, which is this information here, or the low information, you are going to make use of. You are still going to arrive at the same answer. Okay. Now to arrive at the fixed cost via the low information. So the low informations are we have the 60,000 units and the adjusted cost is 40,000 naira. 140,000 naira. Which is what I have here, 60,000 units, 440,000 naira. We're just trying to make some experiment. So using this formula, a plus bx. So my y, which is my total cost, we have a 140,000 equals to a is the fixed cost. A plus b is already 1 naira, which is the variable cost, times your x, which is the output or the activity level. That's 6,000 units here. This is 1 naira. So we have from 140,000 naira equals to a plus 1 times 60, that will be 60,000 naira. So how do we make a the subject of the formula? You just swap a plus 60,000 naira equals to 140,000 naira. So we have a equals to 140,000 naira minus 60,000 naira. So my a is 80,000 naira. You can see that we still arrive at the same answer. So I'm trying to say what I'll be trying to pass across is that either you make use of the highest information or the lowest information, you're still going to arrive at the same answer. So whichever you want to use to arrive at your fixed cost is okay. So now that from the cost function, which is my y equals to a plus bx, so my y equals to my a is 80,000 naira plus the variable cost is 1 naira. That is, I would say 1 naira bracket x. This is the cost function for this question. As long as this question is considered, this is a cost function. So let's now look into the question here. Now we were told that what will be the total cost in lot 6 if output is 111,800 units. So there are two ways of solving this question. So I'm going to state them the ways of solving. So whichever one that is clear to you is fine. So method 1. So we were told that if output is 160,000, then the price index is 175. Remember it was stated in the question. What will be the total cost in months if the output is this and price index is part of the question? Sorry, I skipped it. Is 175. So method 1 is that will be 175 divided by 100. That will be 1.75. Now to get the adjusted cost is going to be y equals to a plus bx. Y equals to 80,000 naira, which is this, plus 1 naira, which is this from the cost function, times the activity level, which is given in the question. That will be 160,000, 116,000. So that will be y equals to 80,000 plus 116,000. So my adjusted cost shall be 196,000 naira. Or you can also solve it this way. Remember the way we solve for the So to get the for us to get the adjusted cost, that will be 100 divided by the current price index times the times the given total cost, like that, like that. Now for us to get the year six, for year six, that will be 100 divided by 175 times what is the total cost? We don't know, so I'm going to represent it by x equals to 196,000. So we have 100x divided by 175 equals to 196,000. So you divide this by 1. So we have two fractions that are separated by equals to, you cross multiply. So 100x times 1, that will be 100x equals to 175 times 196,000. That will be 196,000 times 175. So you divide both sides by 100. The coefficient of x is 100, so you divide both sides by 100, so that this 100 cancels 100 and x is left alone. So by the time you reduce this to its lowest term, this 0 cancels 0. So 1960 times 175, that should be 343,000. So this is the adjusted cost. And you can also, so after getting the total cost, which is my y here, then for us to get adjusted cost, just multiply it by 1.75. That should give me 343,000 as well. So whichever method you choose to adopt is free. So that is all for the examination standard question in cost behavior. See you guys in the next video. Thank you.